Welcome to Papyrus Plans. I'm Tasha. Ready to create something beautiful? Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Papyrus Plans tribe. Today I'm going to share my Happy Planner haul with you, and I only got one thing, but I got 3 of them. So let me take everything out of the box and I'll explain to you why. Alright you guys, so I did not break my no sticker buy rule. I almost did, but I did not. So I didn't buy any stickers. This year my goal is not to buy any stickers until ideally Black Friday. I mean, the only time I can think of that I might break it early is maybe for if they have another warehouse sale in this summer like they did last year. But the reason I almost broke my rule is because I was adding stickers to my cart because I was like, oh, what a crazy deal. Yeah. And then when I looked at it, I was like, actually, these are none of the stickers that are on the list that I'm waiting for to go and sell. And I was like, I'm settling for stickers that I don't even particularly want, that aren't my favorite, that I don't love. And I'm like, it's not really a good deal if it's not something you love, right? At least for me. And so I was like, nope, take it out of my cart, take it out of my cart. And then I looked at all the stickers that I had on my list that I want to buy. And of course, none of them were on sale. So I decided, you know what, we're not gonna buy it. We're not gonna break our no sticker rule for something that you don't absolutely love. But then I saw this, and oddly, this is something I've been looking for, and it never occurred to me. I knew Happy Planner made recipe organizers, but I don't know, I guess I forgot. Because I was so focused on like some of the newer ones that they made that weren't really my style. But when I saw this, I was like, actually, this works perfectly for a project that I've been wanting to do for the last couple of years, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So these are 3 of the same. So I'm just going to show you one of them and kind of explain to you the reason why I have 3 of them. I'm going to put the rest of those in the back in the box. In fact, maybe I'll talk about the project first, and then maybe let me go get part of my previous recipe organizer so you can understand why I needed 3 of these. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so this is my current cooking journal. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is absolutely packed to the max with recipes. And one of the things that I've been wanting to work on for the last couple of years, I just haven't gotten around to it. 1, because I haven't had the time, and also 2, because I just really didn't find a solution that I really loved, because I bought this ages ago, okay? I think from a bookstore. And I didn't have anything before, and I was like, oh, this is super cool. I can add, like my family recipes, etc. to it. I won't show some of these because some of these have literally my family recipes in it that are top secret that you're not gonna get access to. I love you, but no. So I'll show you some of the ones. It comes with some recipes that are kind of included. But then this is for example, a blank one that I haven't written in yet. But I have tons of stuff that's stuffed in here. So a lot of my family recipes are tucked into the pockets. And then I also have some recipes from websites and things like this for things that I made for parties or get-togethers. So that I laminated that I really liked. But again, most of my family recipes are written on the cards there, or that I wrote and printed and tucked them into the pockets. And as you can see, it's bursting at the seams. I cannot get any more into this. And one of the things that has been one of the things that I really wanted to do is to really capture some of my family recipes. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do all of that with my grandma before she died. And she took a lot of amazing family recipes to her grave. And I talked to my mom, and I was like, you know what? I don't want that to happen with you and with the other family members we have left. It's let's preserve our family history, because I come from a long line of chefs, pastry chefs, home cooks, food lovers. I have several executive chefs in my family and other chefs in my family. And so it's just a long lineage of people who love and appreciate great food. Whoa, you guys, there's a... oh my God, sorry. I don't know how, but someone, when we went outside or something, there's a bee that was in here, and it just buzzed by my head, and that totally just scared me. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Had a mini freak out. Cause I was like, what is this flying in my head right now? Whoa. Okay. Sorry. What was I talking about? Oh my goodness. That totally scared me. Whew. But anyway, I just wanted to preserve our family history in terms of our recipes. And it kind of started out as, in terms of photo preservation, preserving the family photos. And I kind of started out as the family photographer and taking photos and capturing the photos. And, when my grandma was still alive, I was talking to her about trying to get more family photos, and especially of my mom and other relatives that I just didn't have pictures of. But then the more I thought about it, I think after she died in particular, I really was like, you know what, this is something I really wanted to work on years ago, and I never got around to it. But my mom and I started last year kind of writing down some of the recipes, things she makes without a recipe. And I was like, okay, you make it, but I want to be able to replicate it. And so I've been really getting on her about writing things down, taking the measurements, and some things, you know, she'll just make, and she doesn't measure certain things, but it comes out perfectly every time because she just always makes it. Same thing with my grandma. She could have been a pastry chef, like better than someone who, you know, went to pastry school, and that woman could make some absolutely phenomenal pastries from scratch from her head. And that is an incredibly rare talent and gift, because cooking, yeah, you can do that, but baking is a science. Cooking, I like to tell people, cooking is an art, but baking is a science. Because if you get the ratios wrong, like the ratios of fat wrong, get the ratios of other things wrong, things are just not going to come out. And the fact that my grandmother could just make these high-end elevated pastries without a recipe is just mind-boggling to me. Like it always was. And I really wish that I could have captured some of those recipes that she had, but she would just randomly just make stuff and it would come out, and she literally had no written recipe, but it always came out. And I'm like, how are you doing this? And I was like, yeah, I want to be in the kitchen and watch you. And she'd never liked people to be in the kitchen. And so unfortunately, a lot of those recipes, like I said, went to her grave. But I told my mom, we're not going to do that with us and with our recipes. And I want to capture as many of her recipes as I can, as well as some of the recipes of my other family members and my own. And so, like I said, this is kind of like stuffed to the max with things. And so I bought 3 of these because initially I was going to break it up into 3 different categories. And I'll kind of cut this open while I talk to you. Again, all 3 of these are identical. So the other 2 will be just like this one. Let me take that outer plastic layer off and put that in the trash over here. So again, I got 3 of these because my original idea was that I would dedicate each binder to a specific type of recipe. So I thought maybe one binder could be, for example, like appetizers and other hors d'oeuvres. Another one could be entrees and sides. And then the third one could be, desserts. That was kind of my original idea. But this was such a great deal, and I snapped it up so fast that I didn't look at all the details, because I was like, originally I was actually going to make this from scratch because I couldn't find anything that suited my needs. And the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I want to create maybe like something on a binder system, like my planner. That way I can add pages to it. And if it's something that because usually before it makes it into my recipe, my cooking journal, I have to have tested a recipe. If it's not a recipe that I've made myself or a recipe from a family member, we've had to make the recipe at least twice and loved it. And if we've made adjustments to the recipe, we have to already have made the recipe with those adjustments and liked it with those adjustments. And then usually I'll make it again just to make sure that it comes out right. So usually before it goes in my recipe journal, the recipe's been made at least 3 to 4 times, and has come out the same every single time. And so if it's not a family recipe, that's like even like something from like Food Network or something, we test the recipe and we almost always make adjustments to it, because we love flavor. We like bold flavors. We like lots of spices. And so usually we're adjusting things to our own personal tastes and our own family liking. But even if it's my own recipe, the same kind of rule kind of applies. Usually I'll test it several times, again, just to make sure that I have all the measurements right and that I like the way that everything is coming out. But after I got this, and I think actually when it was being shipped to me, I kind of delved deeper into it because I was like, ooh, are there 3 available? Because again, I was thinking in terms of category. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it came with this. I think I might use that in my planner, actually. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, after I received this, I realized I kind of like took a peek between the plastic and was like sifting through it. And I was like, why did I not notice this? I think I was so caught up on the deal that I did not flip through, or I don't know if they didn't have the photos of it or something. Because some of the images on some of their older products, they didn't have the full product photos. And I can't remember if this was one of them because I looked at some of the other items. Like one of the other things, I think it was like a wine journal and another like cooking journal or recipe collection or something. I think it was one of their newer ones, and I was like, I don't like that. And some of them just didn't like the design. But when I saw the cover on this one, I was like, ooh, that's cute. I love that. Always cook with passion. I was like that saying. I like the fact that it doesn't have a year on it. I wish they would make their planner covers like this. Happy Planner, if you're listening, please, please, please. We keep asking you. 7 years later, and they still haven't done it. But, I have high hopes. Wishful thinking, I guess. But anyway, I noticed it has all these categories. So it has like favorites. And I love the fact that it comes with these recipe pages. But again, any recipe that I absolutely adore, I write it down and then I laminate it. That way when I'm cooking, I can just take off the laminated page and have the laminated page beside me or on the counter, etc., while I'm cooking. And I have that in my cooking journal too. Like all the recipes that I absolutely adore, I've laminated. And so that's what I plan to do with this too. And I'm going to use the thin lamination, like 2mm or something really thin. Once I write on the front and the back, laminate it, and then put it back in here and to store it. So I think what I might do is maybe, I mean, these discs are actually really pretty. I didn't realize these were glitter discs because online they looked like they were just clear, but these were glitter discs. I don't know if the camera's picking up on it. There it is. Yeah. These are really pretty gold glitter discs. But I think I might still take these off even though these are cute, and add some expander discs. And I don't necessarily feel like I need metal discs for this because I don't want to, because this is going to just, you know, be on my, in my kitchen, on my bookshelf with all my recipe cards and cookbooks, etc. So I don't necessarily feel like I need to have metal discs. I might just buy some plastic expander discs and put it on this. You know what I mean? And I just buy 3 sets of them. So maybe when next time their discs go on sale, I might do that. But anyway, I was looking at all these categories and I just thought, oh, this has more than I thought it had. Like, it has favorites, it has main dishes, and all the pages are the same. Then it has side dishes. And in fact, I might as well show you the dividers. The dividers are super cute, by the way. I love the dividers. And the dividers are so cute that I was like, gosh, do I really want to break this apart and just make it 3 categories, like, you know, hors d'oeuvres, entrees, and sides, and desserts? I'm like, maybe I just keep it like this. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn between keeping the dividers because I think they're adorable, or just simplifying it the way that I was going to do it. But I do like the categories they have, because the original cooking journal I have does have all these categories. So I'm like, well, maybe I just keep it. Like this one is soups and salads. Like, I love that. Then it has a healthy section, which I may or may not keep. I mean, I do prioritize making healthy recipes, but I'm not sure if I need to have that split up into a section. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I'm not sure. So I might take that one out. But like the breakfast one is really cute. And I mean, look at that. It's like, this is like, I wish they would make their planners like this thoughtfully. Like, look at the dividers. They're really nice. Now, we'll say the dividers are a little bit thinner than the planner dividers, but that doesn't necessarily bother me. But just FYI. And then they have a dessert tab, which, look at that gold gilding. I love that. I mean, I wish this was more like desserts. I wish it matched the heading. But I love the dividers, even though it doesn't. So it's really cute. And it's the same design on the front and back as back. It's just slightly different. So like that one has, you know, like the white sketch line drawings. And they're here too, but placed in a different way. And then the final category is just miscellaneous. So again, I'm thinking about either keeping it like this or just using each binder, like I said, for what I was going to originally, like, you know, like hors d'oeuvres and appetizers and entrees and sides, and then desserts, because I'm not sure if I need to have it broken up into this many categories. I mean, my other one is, but I don't necessarily use all of them, and that's one of the reasons why I said that. But I do kind of like the idea of this, because if I did have something, you know, that, for example, that was a unique breakfast recipe, I could put it in here. So I'm kind of torn. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think I should just use each binder like I originally thought into like just 3 generic categories like I was going to do, or just keep them all together. And I don't know. Should I have one binder like this and just have all my family recipes in this? I mean, because that's a separate idea that I just thought of. And then maybe use the other 2 binders for recipes from, you know, online or other collections that I have. So that's another idea. So again, let me know in the comments below, what do you think that I should do in terms of that? Because I'm kind of on the fence of how I want to do this. But I think it's very beautifully put together, and I mean, I love it. And so, I mean, I definitely love these recipe pages. And there's plenty of pages here. So I think it would take me quite a while to fill up these. And so I got 3, again, initially, because I was going to break it up into those 3 general categories. But now after looking at it, because I took a little peek inside and I was like, ooh, this has so many categories. And then I was like, well, do I need all the categories? And I was like, but they're so cute. And I do have, I'm sure, a recipe for each individual category. So I could kind of keep it all compartmentalized like this. And instead of favorites, I probably would change this to seasonal, because there's certain recipes, for example, that my family only makes for Christmas or only makes for Thanksgiving. So I might change this from favorites to seasonal. This is probably the only heading that I probably would change. Other than that, I think they're all you know, categories that I would use and that I probably do have recipes for. Miscellaneous, I'm not sure what I would use that one for, so that's probably the only tab that I'm not entirely sure of, as well as like healthy. I'm not sure if I need to break up my recipes by healthy, because I have several recipes that are healthy, so I really want to take it out of its normal category. So this is probably the one that I feel like doesn't make sense, because I mean, I guess if you don't have a huge amount of healthy recipes, I mean, but I do, so I'm not sure if I want to break it up like that, or I think I prefer to keep it within its general category. For example, if it's a breakfast recipe, I think I would search the breakfast tab first versus like healthy. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure about this one. And I'm not sure about the miscellaneous tab. I mean, I feel like miscellaneous could also be like my seasonal one. But again, I'm not sure about favorites either, because it's like, do I really want to break up favorites out of its main category? Because yeah, it might be my favorite recipe, but I think I would rather, for example, if it's, you know, an entree, search for it in main dishes. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the considerations of things that I've thought about, and yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm kind of on the fence of how I want to do this, but I think this probably makes my project a little bit more doable, because I never got around to tackling it because of time. Because I had decided I can't find anything, and I think I'm just going to make something. And I just thought, and actually I had forgotten that Happy Planner had, you know, recipe organizers. And so I was like, you know what? I had already decided, I think sometime last year, that, I'm going to just make my own disc bound recipe binder myself. And then I can just add my recipes to it, and then I can put it on expander disc and not have to necessarily worry about it busting out of the seams like my other book. Because that one was a cute book, but it's just not practical in terms of like stuffing things into the pockets. But this one I think would stand the test of time a little bit better. So again, I think I would laminate the recipe card pages after I got, you know, recipe on the front and the back, just for greater durability, and also because I like to have my recipe card next to me when I'm cooking. And if it's laminated, I don't have to worry about it, you know, for example, getting wet. I can wipe it down, etc. That type of thing. So yeah, that's the reason why I bought 3 of these, and kind of the project that I'm hoping to work on sometime this year, maybe, depending on my schedule. Maybe, like, I've already started, again, like I started last year with my mom, like going through our recipes and getting her to write things down, and then testing the recipes to make sure that it worked out. Because one of her recipes, she wrote down measurements for it, and I was like, okay, I need to be present with you and write it down. Because when I made it, I was like, it's not coming out. And then when she made it with her ingredients, it didn't come out. And I was like, okay, let me watch you make it. And she was like, yeah, I guess I guessed on the measurements, because she's like, I never measured this part of the recipe. And I was like, okay, we got to figure it out. So now we're like, you know, testing the measurements of recipes she makes and makes well, because certain things she doesn't measure. And so that's like the hard part of it, capturing those kinds of recipes. Because the other recipes that she makes, that she's written down and tested, it's like, that's great. Now we just need to type it up, you know, or, you know, write it by hand on one of these recipe cards and laminate it. And then we have it in our collection, and, you know, just to prevent it from getting lost to time. And that way, it's just a way of me kind of memorializing our family recipes, which is something that is really important to me, along with our family photos. So yeah, that's kind of a big project. That's kind of a never-ending project, because we're constantly, you know, coming up with the new recipes and testing them, and then trying out new recipes and seeing if we want to add it to our collection. So that's something that I just really wanted to kind of capture. So again, I have 3 of these. I'm not really sure how I want to organize it. Again, if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. But that's my Happy Planner haul. And no, I did not break my no buy sticker rule. I came close, but I did not. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to stay inspired, and don't forget to make your papyrus plans. Bye!
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay inspired, and thank you for watching.